Am I live? Not sure. Let's see. I might be. Hello, hello. Figuring this out. So I am using, if you can tell, I think it's over there, the Ecamm Live. I'm trying it out for, not the first time, I used it for a while several years ago when I had a Mac laptop, and then that crashed for a while, and this is the first time I'm trying it with my iMac. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm kind of just testing out everything. Let me look at the, if you're joining me, say hello. Good morning, Shanna. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to get started here in 1 second. I just want to make sure. It's funny watching myself looking all over the place, but I'm going to switch to my phone camera here in 1 second and we'll get started. Thank you all so much for joining me. All right. I think I'm not going to worry too much about, I think what I'm going to do, so I know I'm live, I'm going to reduce my screen over here, maybe, where I can just kind of see. Whoops, don't do that. Maybe I can close that. How is everyone this morning? All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch my view so you don't have to look at me much. Well, I'll at least tell you what we're doing. We are creating today with the Thanks a Melon stamp set. I'll show it this way and then I'll show it on the overhead camera here in a minute as well. But this is one of the latest releases by Close to My Heart. They released it, about a month ago. All new releases. If you're not aware, Close to My Heart is closing on Tuesday officially for Close to My Heart makers. And I wanted to get in a little bit of creating. So I'm using all Close to My Heart products, but I'm kind of going with a Stampin' Up style. I'm starting to learn how to do their workshops. I'm going to stick primarily in the future with scrapbooking because my theme is passionate about scrapbooking, but I am also, let me move some stuff around real quick because I can't see comments or anything, I don't think. All right, good deal. Thank you, Shanna, for helping me out there. But I'm doing cards today. I'll do cards on occasion because they have a lot of really cute card tutorials and fun things they do with their products, but I'm going to transition that into scrapbooking primarily, and I've been having lots of fun with the cards. So let me switch over to my workspace. There we go. Let me know how that looks. I didn't really try to position my camera. I didn't do very, I did, but I'm gonna move it a little bit and make sure I'm kind of straight. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I've got all my product ready. Samples are hiding over here. I didn't think I wanted to share those quite yet. Let me look and see if I can, there we go. I can see comments too. This is so awesome. Okay. I know I'm gonna like Ecamm because I used it before, but it's been a long time. All right, so let me share a little bit more about what I've got going on here. So these are the products that Close to My Heart released in April. Most of these I think are still available, and I am using, well, I'm actually using both of these, the Thanks a Melon and the Pineapple Sunshine, because I wanted some of the sentiments in there. And then just flipping through real quick, there's lots of cute stuff. So I did get almost all of it, I think, just because I had to have it as kind of like keepsakes. So I may be playing with these on and off as well. I didn't get any of these things. I didn't really think I would use those, but there's the astrology, the zodiac stamp sets, and then some samples with that. And I did not get this one either. I didn't figure I needed another flower stamp set. And I can't wait to play with this one. I think this was originally supposed to be our May stamp of the month, but it is was just thrown in here. And I didn't get this one either. So didn't quite get all of it, but anyhow, that's what we will be using. So there's those two Stampin' Thin cuts. And then I dug into my stash and found an old stamp of the month, which is, I believe, January 2019, because I needed a couple of sentiments. And then we'll be using, I've already pre-cut everything, so I did use some of the stitched circles that were retired. I used this little banner out of this collection. I don't remember what it's called. It's sold out. It's been super, super popular. Really, really love it. We used it for album retreat, so it was awesome. And then I pulled out these, which were retired too, some stitched frames. These were used for window, like shaker cards, a lot, but I used them since I was looking for something similar to Stampin' Up! Products, because I'm following along a tutorial that my Stampin' Up! Upline, she's my third upline, created, and I just used close to my products in place of that. All right, so I'm going to clear off my space and we're going to get to it, because I'm hoping that it'll take maybe 15 minutes a card to do it. There was quite a bit of stamping. I am going to use, I have these color ink pads, White Daisy, Scarlet, Jade, and Black. I decided, the reason I decided not to go like with the Candy Apple is because I chose to grab the mix-in paper packet that is still available, or was last time I looked yesterday. So we do have one mix-in packet of paper that's available. And so I have some of that in here. So that was that gingham buffalo print, whatever you want to call it, check that I used, and it was Scarlet. So those are the colors of ink pads I'll be using. I had some bulk Baker's twine I decided to use, since close to my heart, really hadn't had any type of ribbon in quite a while. I am going to use the Black Diamond Stickles. I decided to do that instead of like some dots or something. And then I have my adhesive over here, some, what do you call them? Blocks. And I did run through, I think I am going to have to pull out my embossing machine, because I did do one card with this old wood grain kind of embossing folder. All right, so card number 1, let's get busy. I'm gonna set some things out aside, so I'm gonna have to pull in my paper trimmer here and there. So we'll put my inks over here so they're easy to get to, because I'll have to do some scoring and then a little bit of embossing. Did get that wet, yay. I'm gonna get up some. I just got this glass mat. I hope the reflection isn't too bothersome, but I love it so far. I got it off of scrapbook.com by We Memories Makers. I'm not sure what it's called. Okay. So I've got my papers pre-cut. I did my die cutting already, so we'll have some watermelon on here. Then stitch circles. I'm gonna start with the folding, the scoring. So let me grab out my paper trimmer. I have been using lately this Tim Holtz Tonic Precision Studios Precision Trimmer, I think is what it's called. And I've really liked it. Okay, I think I have blades and my scoring tool, so I'm just gonna use it. All right, so this is a standard size piece of paper to make a standard size card. We're gonna score it at, let me see if I prefer one side or the other, this one. We're gonna score it at 1.5 inches and 5 3/4. So all of these cards I'm making today are fun fold cards. Got my old Close to My Heart bone folder, and I'm just going to get those creases nice and crisp. And then, let's see, what do we want? I think we're gonna do all of our stamping first. So let's do, we have a little bit of stamping on that, I think, yeah. And then we'll be stamping on this piece and this piece. And then these I'll set aside for the moment. All right, we're gonna do a sentiment on here, and that's where this stamp set, the Pineapple Sunshine, came into place. And I am using the Wishing You a Slice of Happiness stamp. I hope as I do this, I get, a little bit more comfortable because it's been so long. All right, I'm using just black Close to My Heart ink pad. I am going to grab, this is really awesome because it doesn't give, but I still like to use my sponge that is in the, not sponge, but foam that is inside here. Okay, so we're just going to stamp the sentiment closer up to the top, like that. I think I'm done with black. And I'm gonna try to put stuff away as I go. Clean, these are already seasoned, but when your stamps are brand new, you'll need to season them. I'll show you that in a minute. So we can set this piece aside, and then we're going to stamp these pieces. All right, so this one's going to go face this way. This one's gonna be this way. So I'm gonna do this one first using the large watermelon, the full watermelon in here. Let me show you the dies that come with this one. So you got your whole watermelon, half watermelon, quarter watermelon, I guess would be the best way to explain that. And I love these stamps because the way they created them, it's almost like two-tone when you stamp it just one time. Okay, we need our jade is what I chose for this. And it doesn't matter so much which way you position it. We're just gonna go all the way across and stamp on this piece of mix-ins. And I'm going to line them up and just stamp it across like that. Kind of making like a new background and texture paper, pattern paper. I'm still using old terms, B&T. Say hello and let me know where you're watching from if you're here with me live. Would love to know, like, how's your weather? We have overcast skies with a chance of rain, not a lot today, But tomorrow we will have quite a bit of rain, supposedly. That's what it's telling us here in the Texas Hill Country. And if you're a close to my heart maker, whether you've transitioned over to Stampin' Up yet or not, I would love to know, like, are you still waiting on packages? Okay, this one goes this way. I still have quite a few. I haven't gotten a shipping notice in like a week, so I'm still waiting on some from like April 8th, I think. So I know they're working their little hearts out. All right, let's see here. We're going to start this one right in the center, and I'm going to flip it around this way, going off the page or off the piece, just a teeny bit right here. And we're going to line them up. They can overlap just a tiny bit, is fine. This was just a really fun way to bring in that green into this card without using cardstock. And then I'm going to go in between, so I'll need to go there, and then even off the side over here. All right, so kind of making like your own pattern paper. You just want to remember to clean off that foam. It's getting windy here. I'll probably have guys waking up here pretty soon, making noise in the kitchen. So just an FYI, because my studio is right off the kitchen. It was actually the kitchen nook, and it goes out onto the porch and out to the backyard. I don't know what I'm doing. So just giving you a heads up. Might get a little noisy in the background once Jeff gets up. And I got up early today. I was excited about doing this and got up early so that I could make a breakfast casserole, so they would have something to eat and not have to make too much noise cooking breakfast. All right, now I'm going to create the we need this one, the half watermelon, along with this and the seeds. All right, I start off with the rind, and we will be using green. Draper, Utah. Yeah, when they ship your orders, Shanna, you get them quick. Hey Dickie, how are you? I'm so glad you joined me. It's been forever. All right, so just line it up toward the end. This has kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it a watercolor texture, maybe a little bit, but it's not a solid image. So a little bit different than, you've got shadows and stuff in there. All right, I can put away my jade and we'll go into scarlet. And the trick I did learn about this is to turn these upside down so that you can line up the straight edge to the rind. And I still need my, I forgot about my foam. I really like it. Okay, so it lines up a lot easier that way when you do them upside down. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to be creating a tutorial for these cards. I tried to do it last night, but what I was doing last night was creating my email list and a link to it, which I've already shared on my Facebook profile. This Passionate About Scrapbook, well, it's Pamela Blackwell Stampin' Up! Demonstrator now. But on my paper crafting scrapbook website, Facebook page, there is a link so you can sign up for my email list to stay up to date on what's happening. We will go live as Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, all former Close to My Heart makers who chose to transition on Wednesday. I need black now. May 1st will be our first official day. It's been really hard not to share and show, and I am excited about the products and stuff, but anyhow, if you want to keep up to date with me and my transition to Stampin' Up! And all the new fun things I'm going to be sharing, then you need to sign up for my email list, because I'm going to be doing email a lot more. At least maybe once a week, 3 to 4 times a month is probably my plan, just to keep you up to date. And I'm going to be doing, my plan is to do some workshops. I'm trying to decide. I think I went on this, I did the 3 on the bottom. Felt like that fit better. So I have a scrapbook workshop that I'm working on, and I will be should be ready to go this week. But my plan is next Saturday, May 4th. That is National Scrapbook Day. So my plan is to go have an event all day long virtually and create the scrapbook pages that I've designed and do it like throughout the whole day. I have 3 2-page layouts that I'm making for my workshop, and that's the day I'll promote it and share all the details on it. I'll have a workshop guide, a shopping list, and all that for it. And my plan right now is to go live maybe like at 9 o'clock like I am today, around lunchtime, maybe mid-afternoon or around 5. And these are all my local times, Central Time. And then create a project, so there'll be more than just the 3 scrapbook layouts I'll be doing, but I don't have those planned yet. So I've got my White Daisy pigment ink pad here, and I'm going to stamp on here. Using this, I have to be really careful to not smudge this. I really should like heat set it. I might put a little powder over top of it because I kind of smudged the sample. Okay, but look how cute that is. I haven't used my white pigment ink in forever. So I'm going to set that over to the side and figure out what I want to do with that so it doesn't smudge without dragging out my heat gun. I think I can sprinkle a little powder over top of it from what I recall in the past. All right, I think that's the only time I'm going to use this White Daisy. All right, so watch for my events that I'll have scheduled for next weekend, and let me know if you have any special plans for National Scrapbook Day. So anyways, I was going to go from like 9 to 9 maybe and do 4 to 5 projects is kind of my plan. All right, so we could put this card together, and I can't even see a clock from here. I know I talked a little bit in the beginning. Oh, here we go, 9:26, okay. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to just start building this up. This goes on the inside. Something about Stampin' Up! Is really good with always putting decorating the inside. A lot of the ladies do that. And I think part of that is because they use a lot of colored cardstock. And then it just finishes off the card. It's really pretty. And I've done that periodically here and there, but not like they do it. Okay, we're taking this little, it was 3/4 inch strip by 4, I think, and just gonna put it down here on the bottom. And so it's just something simple like that. But you'll see on some of the other cards, I'll decorate it up a little bit more. All right, and then next I'm going to fold this flap in and put this piece right here. Again, this was, I think, the September, October mix-ins paper that was still available last I looked. So if you want to recreate these cards, I'll have a tutorial that I'll email you when you sign up for my email list. It'll be ready in the next day or two. I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow. All right, so now we're going to work on the front. Nothing goes on this piece right here, so we're building everything mostly up on there. So we're going to start with this scarlet gingham, and there's a tip right there. I wasn't supposed to put glue all the way over on the side, so I'm going to use my rub and remove eraser and take off a little bit of that adhesive, probably about 1 inch from the edge. Did pretty good there. That up here, let me get that off. I love these rub and remove erasers. Bevan, my youngest, she nicknamed it when she was little SpongeBob because it looks square, it's square, and she thought it looked like SpongeBob. So during some of my workshops, that's what we ended up nicknaming it, was SpongeBob. Grab your SpongeBob. All right, so I can put this on here. I'm going to do it kind of at an angle so the glue is only on this side over here, so it works with that flap. Okay, I'm just going to make sure you can kind of feel there's no adhesive. Then we can put this piece on. This one I can put adhesive all the way because it's overlapping this right here. So show a little bit of it, kind of a little bit of an angle as well. And then I got 3, yep. I'm gonna get a little bit of foam tape. Sorry, I was looking for my sample. I didn't actually do foam tape because I'm gonna tape this up instead. So again, gotta remember to be careful with that. So I'm gonna put these down. Hanging over just slightly, but not enough that any adhesive is over there. And just kind of do I say cattywampus. So back and forth, just overlapping, and maybe hanging off just a little bit on the side there. Okay. Then we have this piece. I am going to use a little bit of my baker's twine. I didn't really measure this. I just took it, and I'm gonna spread my fingers out a little bit and wrap it around a couple of times, and then just get to where the ends are in the center. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I could do less, but we're just gonna go with this. And then I'm going to put down, I think I have some bigger, there we go. I have some bigger glue dots here. I'm gonna put one down right about there. Most of it came off, but there we go. And then I can just kind of squish this in there to keep it in place. I just want to make sure I have both ends. I might could even use another one. Since I have so many layers going on. Let's see if we can get this one off. There we go. And so these are just going to poke out from behind that sentiment. Just a little something different. And then tiny bit of foam tape. And I'm going to put it like right there. Right there. I'm excited to use the new, I don't even know what they're called. Stampin' Up's foam bits and pieces, whatever. Can't think of what they call them. All right, and then I can just put this right back here. Again, I need to be super careful. I think I'm gonna use this just to kind of mash it down. Maybe that'll keep me from messing it up too much. There we go. And put a little bit of, when you use the stickles, you do have to set your project aside so it can dry. Did kind of a bigger one and a little one, and then a little one over here. You could totally just use some dots too if you want, like the adhesive dots. All right, there's card number 1. You can see the, I love that. I just hardly ever think to do fun folds. All right, I'm gonna set it aside over here to dry, and then I can share all my samples of all the cards when I'm done. Next up is this card with a little bit of green glitter. Funny story, I thought this was close to my heart glitter paper, but it's actually not. And I need to, on here, it's kind of rough around the edges. Use my sanding block to just smooth that out a little bit, or you'll be able to see it. I think this is some that I picked up at Hobby Lobby for a special project years ago. But it matches really well with jade. All right, so this one is the one that we are going to run through the die cutting machine. So let me pull that real quick so I can get that done. Actually, I think I did remember I needed to score it first. So it's going to fold over this way, but not the full length. So we are going to fold it at, I'm gonna score it at, forget I don't need that, I can use this, 3 inches, okay? I made sure with the Close to My Heart tone-on-tone paper, Stampin' Up's going to carry it in their colors eventually. It's going to be called two-tone cardstock, but this is, it's the full jade on this side, the lighter shade here, so you can see the difference when you fold it like that. All right, now I can use my bone folder and grab my machine real quick. So I cleaned it up a little bit, but I've got a lot of, what do you call it? Washi tape up there. Yeah, you can see how dirty it is. I don't even know what that would be. All right, so I have mine, can barely see it. Actually use this side mostly. rearrange so y'all can kind of see what's going on over here. I know everything down here is blurry, but all right, I'm going to find my folder. So there's my folder. And I'm just going to lay my card, the whole entire card. This is the only way that I could do it unless I added more layers. And sandwich that in between here. I'll need to check and see. I think I'm on emboss, yes. All right, so I can just run that through. And if you didn't want it to crack I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get it through here. But if you didn't want it to crack the cardstock where you could see the white through it, you would mist your paper a little bit. I didn't do that on my original sample, so that's why I end up sanding it. I'll show you here. Let me get this all out of the way real quick. I love my new setup because I just have a perfect little cubby over here that this goes back into out of the way. All right, so this is what happens with our cardstock. Sometimes it will show the white through it. And if you don't want that, you could lightly mist your cardstock with water and then run it through, and it's less likely to do that. But I'm okay with that because I just decided I would add to the texture by doing a little bit of sanding. And I did it even on the back because since it shows a little bit. And this is just a little sanding block that I got off of Amazon. I saw Karen Pedersen using it. Yeah, I guess I'll do the inside too. You're not going to see much of the inside actually because it's going to be covered up, I think. Okay, so there we have that. I'm going to, I don't know if I have it, I'm going to wipe it on my pants because I don't have a towel or anything. Okay, there we go. But if you need a link, let me know. I can find it on Amazon. All right, so next we are going to decorate the inside. So I'm going to set my pieces over here. There wasn't a ton of stamping on this one. I chose to do, I have to look and see what I chose to do. Okay, you bring the sunshine. So that is from the pineapple, whatever that was called. Pineapple Sunshine. I chose to use that sentiment with black. So let me know if you're still here watching. Okay, I'm gonna put it about right there. Okay. I hear people. All right, let me, oh, there it is. Okay, I can put that away. All right, so I can set that aside. And I do need to do one more scoring. Let me go ahead and do the rest of my stamping, which would be this piece, I believe. Yeah. And I used, you can go around, that's fine. Let me see what I did with my other stamps. What did I do with my other stamps? There they are. They're hiding under some stuff. All right, so I'm going to pull out a sentiment out of there, which I chose to do thanks right here. It fit on there. I'm going to do it closer to the dovetail. Okay, so I've got that stamped. I do have one other thing I want to stamp. I'm going to do the watermelon seeds on the gingham paper. So I don't know if they look like seeds or ants, because it's kind of like picnic paper. But I'm just going to do some in those white areas. Just adds a little, some texture. I'm gonna go off the page here and I can clean that up. Both sides. So it does kind of look like ants. It just wipes up. I just love that. I've debated forever about getting one of these glass mats. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that on there and probably use it. All right, I do need to do one more score on this piece. Again, all these were fun folds. So 1/2 inch. I've turned my cardstock to the light side. I think that's what I want. Let me look and see. Yeah, when it's folded. So score at 1/2 inch on that piece. Fold it. Use my foam folder. Just get a good crease. Hey everyone! Sorry I didn't scroll down to see that others were here. I just saw Shanna. All right, so let's build up our piece here. Okay, we have the inside. I see Lori, Krista, Tori. Thank you, Shanna, for sharing. All right, I'm gonna layer this piece right back here. So that's like a standard size card back right here. And then this was a 4 by 5 1/4, I think. And then this piece is gonna go right here. So I can open up and do adhesive just right here. I'm gonna close this and line it up. I'm just eyeballing it. And then just make sure that it's adhered there really well. Okay, and now I'm gonna layer this piece down. I turned it so that the white was up here. And we're just gonna completely cover this piece right here. So it really wouldn't have mattered what side of the cardstock you put it on. This piece goes on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna do the stripes. You could do either side, but it just gives. You could put something else over here if you wanted, maybe a watermelon, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. So it gives it all some nice texture across. It's gonna fold this way though. All right, and then these are the pieces, all right, I'm already missing, I think, one of my pieces. I had them all earlier. So give me a second, let me see if I can find it. Does anybody see it? I may have to cut a new piece. I have no idea. All right. They're gonna go across here. Actually, I'm going to just improvise this one will be a little bit different, so I don't have to waste any more time. Instead of going to the end, we'll go maybe like halfway. We'll just use these 2 pieces. The sample card, I used 3 pieces, but nobody will know but you and me. So I'm just, there we go. Just adds a little more texture. And then here, this was a little tricky. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here. Before I lay it down, I'm going to get some more baker's twine. There's some breakfast casserole there on the stove.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you about the chicken on the stove later. All right, I'm just gonna lay that in there. And I'm gonna put some adhesive right here too, so it sticks good. Line it up over the seam there. See if it, I think it's stuck good. And then you can just tie a bow. So we have a pregnant kitty that every time we go into the pantry, she cries for food. She is eating 10 times more than she normally did. Whoops, I got it a little tight. Can I loosen it up? Let me see. Let me do that over again, because I got it a little too tight. Do it over here so I can see. Okay, there we go, that's better. All right, I'm gonna get a little glue dot. I think these are the size I want right here. Yeah. And this will just help that kind of stay in place if you go underneath, right where you want it. There we go. The only thing with the baker's twine, it kind of twists up like that sometimes. That's good. All right, I'm gonna just cut off however long you want your tails to be. That'll work good. And then this piece just tucks up under. I think I did do a little bit of foam. Just at the tail end, I'll put adhesive right here, regular adhesive, because it's just going to tuck up under right there. Okay, just like that. And there's card number 2. Cute is that? Oh, I do have to put on a little bit of stickles. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. And then I just gotta be careful and not mess it up. Only thing about the stickles. Okay, set it aside to dry. All right, and moving on to card number 3. Let's see, we've got one of each of the watermelon. This is where I use that triangle thin cut. Love the stitching on these. I don't know why we didn't keep those for longer. And it's another fun bundle. So we're gonna start with let's do our stamping, and then we can just put our card together. Super simple. All right, so we'll do a little bit of stamping on that, and then these 3 pieces. Oh, and this one. Okay, I am going to use the light side. I'm going to stamp on the light side just to give it some contrast. And bring that stamp set back in. And we're going to do this one first. So the big watermelon. So I'm going to do it here and here. We're just going to do them right in the center. I'm going to do one right there. And then on either side. Okay. I didn't really have to clean that off because I need to do one on this piece too. There's a little divot right here, a little piece that pokes out on that end. So that goes with where the core would be, I guess. Hope I got that centered. I did pretty good. Okay, we can set that aside. And then let's do our, just making sure that's what, I thought there was one of those. All right, I want to get this cleaned up on my foam a little bit. So next we need let's do our watermelon rind, since we have green out already. On these pieces that kind of move around, I just like to drop them on the foam, or usually I would use a Versamat and it'll give it the proper shape. Okay, and then we'll do the smaller rind. Just keep using that jade. And there we go. So lots of stamping. I mean, not a ton, but there's lots of pieces to these. Pull both of those out. Now I'm going to grab my scarlet. And again, turn it upside down. Yeah. This one, I think I did it that way. This one I did upside down, I think. So I can line up the rind with the top of the melon. Pretty close. Okay. I'll need to do seeds on there. I guess I can leave it here. And then the quarter melon, sliced melon. Okay, this one I did do, yeah, same thing, so I could line up that easier. All right, now I need black. So this one I did with the 3 at the bottom. That is just so cute. And then, what did I do last time? Yeah, the 3 at the bottom, I guess, will work. Just over on that side and then over on this side. Okay. Then, I think one more thing, stamped in black. I need a sentiment, which I decided to do Miss You. up here. So if you don't have this particular stamp set, aren't able to get it for some reason, you could use anything you have on hand maybe with these card designs. Just look through your stamps, find a sentiment stamp set that will work for what you're creating. Put that away so I don't lose it. And I think that is all our pieces, all our stamping. And we'll need to do some scoring real quick. So this piece was a 5.5 by 7 1/4. And I'm trying to remember, actually, it's not. Give me 1 second. I haven't switched to my instructions on the right, because it actually will fold this way. So this is 4 1/4 by 8. And then we're going to score it at 2.5. Get my cutter out of the way. All right, fold that in. So the light is showing there, dark here. And then that's where this one, where I did it on the light side, I can put it right there and it gives a contrast around the back side, around the border. And you decide which way you want to put it. I'm going to put it this way. Okay. Then this piece is going to go on the inside. Just open that up and it should have a like an 1/8 of an inch border around it. And then we'll place the blank one. So you see I have 2 pieces right here. This one goes on the inside. So we'll center it best we can. And then take that 1/4 piece and put it right over here in the corner. Just for a little decoration. And it's going to be covered up. And then this piece, we're going to put it with foam tape over top of that one, but attached to this piece right here. But we want some baker's twine. So I want enough that I can do a bow, like 2 layers of a bow. So that's 17-ish, 18 inches, 2 pieces. Because I'm going to cut it right here. And then down there. 2 pieces that are 18 inches. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive that just helps it stay in place. I can put it down kind of in the center. All right, I'm going to tie it after I attach it, but so it's adhered there. And then we're going to do some foam tape on either side. I got that the right length, perfect. And I can do it on both sides of the baker's twine. And now we'll line this up this way. Okay, I'm going to line it up that one and then layer it down. So looks like that. And then we can just do our bow. Your bow or your knot. Do it. I think I'm going to do it right in the center there. You could tie a knot there if you want, but if you're able to get it, see if I can. There we go. Isn't that baker's twine fun? All right, cut it about the length of the loops. Just position it kind of however you want. You can, again, add a glue dot underneath it just so it stabilizes it a little bit more. So I'm gonna put it on the baker's twine, and then I can, and that just kind of secures it there. Okay. And then you just have these pieces left to tuck up underneath here on top. You can let it overlap a little bit down there if you want. To pop that up with some foam tape. And okay, then I'm gonna show you before I add the stickles. I'm just opening that up like that. I just love these so much, they're so fun. And I was, when we were making the transition, I was like, why do they make so many cards? That's all they do is make cards. I was like, I don't need any more cards, but they're so easy and fun. And learning. And you can put these wherever you want. I'm just kind of doing in threes, I guess. All right, I'm gonna set that aside to dry. So you may be seeing me do more cards than I normally do. But I'm trying to get better at mailing them. So I've been able to mail out like 5 cards this last, 6 cards I think, this last week or 2 with new signups for my teammates. So that's been fun. All right, next card, last card is this one right here. Got some more of that glitter paper. Came from Hobby Lobby. I really thought it was close to my heart. I laughed when I saw it afterwards. Okay, so we'll be stamping these pieces. And then I'm trying to, we'll stamp on this one as well. So let's do the stamping and then we'll come back and score and assemble. Use my phone. We'll do that. We're gonna do our sentiments on here, which I chose to use the fun, both of these right here. Happy summer, thanks for the memories, I think. Aw, man. I think I messed up my, I don't know where I got that from. I had, maybe it was from my mat. Yeah, my foam. I had some white ink on there, but I think that's from when I laid my other piece on, transferred some of it. I'm gonna clean that off real quick, just in case. I looked at my card, it looks good still, so. All right, so we're gonna do Happy Summer on this small stitched circle, and Thanks a Melon on the big one. So we're just gonna do it in black. This is a really fun card. And if these cards have specific names, I have no idea what they are. I just decided to call them fun folds. Okay, this just fits perfectly in here. Ta-da! And then we have bank some melon. There we go. So there are sentiments. And then let's make up some. I think I'm supposed to have another, oh, I think there are two. There we go. They were just stuck together because I cut them together. All right, we need the jade green. Jade. Don't know why I had to specify what color. So one of the half watermelons. Looks like a smile right there. These could be candy corn too. It's kind of funny. All right, so done with that. Then two of the half quarter rinds. All right, and I need scarlet ink again. Flip it over so that I can line up the rind with the flesh, I guess is what it's called, of the watermelon. Keep wanting to set it aside, but we still got to do seeds because that's just what makes it. All right. I tried to make sure I set up everything, so since I'm right-handed, I'd have that handy. I don't know if that was the wind or the cat. She just like keeps hanging around the kitchen waiting for us to do something with food. It's been kind of comical because of how much she's been eating. All right, seeds. So I'm totally going to be making scrapbook pages with this stamp set too because Jeff loves watermelon. So I know I have pictures of us around the kitchen cutting watermelon, eating watermelon over the years. So that'll be fun. Okay, and then I need to do one big watermelon on this. I'm going to stamp direct to the paper with that. So that'll be easy. And it's going to go right down here in this corner. Like that. And I think that's all our stamping. Whoops. Lady. Alrighty. Okay, so I think now we're just assembling. And we'll almost be done. So I need to score this piece. It's called a Z fold. All right, so I want the light facing up. I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. and at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So this makes this piece 4 1/4 right here. So this is your base. All right, so we're gonna fold it like you would a card. Just a regular standard size card. And then we're gonna take this piece and turn it up. And then we can put this glitter do this for Christmas too, these colors, using, yeah, you could totally recreate all of this with Christmas, because the colors are perfect. Just use different stamps. Don't you think that would work great? All right, so it ends up doing like that. All right, so this piece, so 2 of these were cut the same size of the gingham. I think I'm gonna do the red part up there. Okay, so it looks like that. And then this piece is gonna go on the inside, on the opposite side, right here. And this piece, I think it was cut the same, close to the same size. And it's gonna go up at the top of this part. So then when it's closed, it looks like this. And so time to decorate. So it's hard to adhere stuff to this glitter paper. I'm trying to remember what I did. Foam tape works really great, but I didn't foam tape everything. All right, so let's start with, we'll do this piece. I think I used some, it would probably work really well to use just some dots, glue dots. Because this is not going to work with glitter paper. So I'm gonna layer this one right about there. Yeah, adheres well. Then I can do this other one with some foam tape. So just layer it over top. This piece is going to go on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and do it, finish off the inside real quick. So when you open it up, you can center it right in here. This piece, you want everything flat on the inside here. It's just going to, I'm going to do it over here this time. Show more. I may, if I had moved that over just a little bit more, I could have done it on that side, but we'll do it like that. That still gives you plenty of room just to say a little message. I think I just got some from my finger. All right, and then we will do a little bit of the twine again. I just got this twine off of Amazon at some point. I can't even remember now why I purchased it. I'm sure it was for a project. All right, and we're gonna do that same thing we did, I think, on the first card, where we're kind of, whoops, just wrapping it. I don't need so many wraps. I'm just gonna do like there, and I'm gonna wrap that off. Okay. 3 is usually a good number. I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter until, okay. So that should work. And then I want those big dots again. since I've got to glue it onto the glitter paper. Meet those up like that. I'm going to do it directly to the twine. I can meet that in the middle too. Let's do that, like that. Let's get it, try to get it all in there if possible. And the hard part's just getting it off the, I think these are older, so they're really sticky onto the paper. There we go. And then all I really need to do, look at they're really sticky. Let's kind of squeeze it together a little bit. And I'm going to, I think I need another glue dot. See if I can get it to stick to the, where's it at? There's one. See if I can get it to stay to the glitter or not. There we go. That will work. Excellent. Okay. Then a little foam tape. I'm just going to do some little slices on either side. And this will hold the sentiment in place. All right, and then you can just kind of position this. I'll do it straight up and down. Fluff those out a little bit if you want. All right. This is our last card. Thank you so much for joining me. I have no idea who's still here or not. I'm going to put a little bit of stickles, forgot what they were called. Do like some right there. All right, I'll bring in all the cards. I'll show my samples so that so these can dry. So I have 2 sets of each of the cards. Let me, I tacked them down just a little bit with some temporary glue dots. So this was card number 1, remember? Thanks a Melon. Wishing you a slice of happiness. Then we have, this was card number 2, I believe. Bring you the sunshine, you bring the sunshine. Thanks on the outside. And then we have miss you, opens up like this. So you can write your message on the inside. And happy summer, thanks a Melon. Fun, fun. So thanks a Melon, fun fold card, class, workshop. I'm going to create a tutorial for these, and if you would like to join my email list, there is a link. I will share a link in the comments or redo the description once I have this posted, and I will email you once you sign up for the email list. I'll email you the instructions when they're ready. So hopefully by tomorrow evening, I'll have those prepared. So again, we just used the Thanks a Melon stamp set. I've got a mess over here now. Put that back. And the Pineapple Sunshine. So these 2 right here, I primarily focused on the Thanks a Melon. And last I looked, these were still available on my Close to My Heart website at passionateaboutscrapbooking.ctmh.com, and the mix-in paper collection that I used on these were also available as of yesterday. So Can't promise you that they'll still be available because I know people are buying everything up like that. So Tuesday will be my official last day as a Close to My Heart maker. Cannot believe that. After 25 years, I just celebrated 25 years in December. And now I'm starting a new adventure with Stampin' Up! On Wednesday, May 1st. So if you want to know all the details and stay up to date with what I'm doing, make sure you like and follow this page that you're watching this on, and join my email list. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will chat with y'all soon. Bye.